Hello Libra. It is my intention to share with you today the reading that is going to give you the map for the next 15 days so that you can be ready for them and basically know what's coming up next. So this video is going to be divided in two sections, or actually it's going to be like one section mixed. It's going to have your reading, but as well it's going to have an astrological report specifically for you, for your sign. So as I'm reading your cards as well, I will be telling you data about the astrological climate, so to speak. So yeah, let's go with your reading. Thank you for giving me any kind of answers that are direct, concise, precise and clear, so that Libra may know everything he has to know this time, thus allowing him to make better choices in the future, because it is my honest intention to help him out, and if I have the chance to do so, then why not? So this reading is going to be a bit different. It's not going to be like the Spanish reading in the sense that there's not going to be any kind of structure. No, indeed, it's going to be an intuitive reading, which means that I'm only going to be shuffling the deck, and any cards that may pop out are the ones that you are meant to hear. So yeah, I will be waiting until something comes out, which is not going to be long enough, but in the meantime, I'm going to be telling you data about the astrological climate, as I did tell you before. Now, there's an opposition. I think the most important aspect is that there's an opposition between the 7th house and the 1st house, which means that there's a battle between what you want in a relationship and who you want to be, basically. You have lots of planets. There you go, sorry. You have lots of planets in your 1st house. You have Venus retrograde, which is your mother, so to speak. You have Uranus and then Mercury. And for the longest time you have been having a battle in your life, which is basically between who you are as a person and what you are offering in a relationship and what is being offered to you in a relationship. And I bet that many of you are struggling because you are in a relationship, maybe, or maybe you're looking for one. But if you are, then it's not really the relationship you're looking for. There are some things that you would like to be different, so to speak. Now, this, well, you have been working towards it, you have been doing your effort, making your best, and you're having faith that your actions are going to be meaningful in the end. They're gonna be up to something, they're gonna mean something. And this card says that yes, it will do something for you because it's gonna help you grow. Yeah, the Page of Pentacles. I don't think it's gonna help your relationship grow. I think it's gonna help yourself realize things about yourself. And this is gonna be not very pleasant for you, especially as a Libra. The thing you enjoy the most, your soul at least, if you're watching this as your solar sign, the thing you enjoy the most, your soul enjoys the most, is being with someone, one-on-one relationships and beautiful places, beautiful homes, and basically anything that's refined. That's your joy, and you're working towards that, but it's not really making you feel happy. Clearly what you want is to feel admired and respected and recognized for your efforts. You want to have a meaning, you want to be meaningful to someone or in a situation. You want to feel important. The 6 of Wands, though, does talk about feeling important, both because we have achieved something, but also because people around us are cheering us, so keep that in mind. You want to feel like this, you want to feel recognized, but I don't think you find that in your everyday life and situations. Your routine is really draining you. I think it is going to be worth it in the end. I think it's going to amount to something, but I don't think it's going to fulfill your emotional needs, because you have 2 cups reversed. So yeah, and because it is not fulfilling your emotional needs, you're going to leave. You're going to change. You're going to do something else. There's something within you that has not been a need, that has not been met, and that is going to be a deal breaker, and you're going to leave before you know it. And it's a good thing, because then you would work so hard for something that is not really fulfilling you, and that's always a good thing. 6 of Swords. I don't think you want to do this, though. I think you're comfortable where you are right now, but deep inside of you, this Six of Swords says that you're not willing to take the space for you to reach the land that you would like to live in. But yeah, it says that you're not willing, or you're not really wanting to do that, but it says that you're still gonna do it, because it is the Six of Swords, which means that you're doing the right things, even if they can be a bit messy sometimes. Yeah, you're gonna be on your own. You're gonna start a new stage, a new scenery, a new scene in your life, a new chapter, and that chapter requires you to be free as a bird, unburdened, without any kind of past attachments. So right now, because of the Mercury is gonna be transiting in your 7th house, and let's just remember that your 7th house is ruled by Aries. When we are talking about a Libra, the 7th house is ruled by an Aries, which means that it's you. Libra, the 1st house, means that you, yourself, your soul is very closely tied with the other person. You are a relationship person, so to speak. But when we have Aries ruling your 7th house, that means that when it comes to relationships, you are actually the one who is the most important one. Because you are setting the tempo in a relationship, you're setting like the structure. You are a cardinal sign, you're a leader sign, and even if you have a difficult time deciding or coming up with a decision, because you like to see both sides of the argument, and that's a very good talent, even if you have a hard time deciding, you're still a cardinal sign, which means that most of the things in your life follow your rhythm, because you are setting that. Yes, your emotions are not feeling pleasant right now. Your emotions are a mess, and if you follow your emotions, you're gonna end up in a place that's gonna be very dark, because your emotions are not in control, they're a tempest. So you should watch them, and I don't think you have the... I think you're too close to whatever is going on emotionally, and whatever happens is gonna maybe devastate you, or it's gonna make you want to decide something else, but this is not a good thing. Things will turn out for the best. They will. You will, what I was saying before, you have Mercury in your 7th house, and that means it's gonna meet up with Venus, which is your mother, in retrograde, in fact, and then it's gonna meet up with Uranus in Aries, which means that you are gonna be a little bit strange, or not strange, you're gonna be evolved, but in order for you to be evolved, you have to be shocking, and people don't like that. Especially now with that opposition between Aries and Libra, people don't like you being yourself. But Mercury is going to help you understand why that is necessary, and even though it's going to be unpleasant, you're going to agree with it, because you're going to be understanding the nature of your relationships, and specifically who you are being in a relationship, what's your nature. And you're not going to like that, because you're going to be understanding that you can act in better ways. Which means that most likely than not, several ties will be broken, and I don't wish that upon you, but really it's something that's happening to everyone. Everyone is transforming, everyone has to let go, everyone is having a hard time. You are not the exception, even if you have Libra, Jupiter in your sign. The fact of having Jupiter in your sign only makes you able to tolerate these currents better, but you're still gonna be attacked. You're still gonna be tested by life, and you are right now holding on, which is a good thing, and you're about to end the cycle, and it's gonna be a beautiful ending. So don't pay attention to your emotions, because your emotions are tired. I know that. Oh my god, I know that. I am a Libra as well, so all of the things I'm saying are reaching my ears as well, and I can tell you these have been some very dark times, very difficult times, and I don't know about you Libras, but I've been feeling optimistic and expanding, because I would say because of Jupiter, but still it has been a miserable time. So when I see this card, and I was talking about Jupiter, I think that you're able to hold your ground and be rather, I'm not sure if peaceful, but at least able to move on because of that influence, that positive influence. But right now, Jupiter in Libra gives you the strength, but it doesn't give you the reason. Going after relationships is not in your best interest, Libra. You have to chase yourself. You have to go after yourself. Form a relationship with your own being. I know that sounds weird, but it is necessary, and I think it would be the best. Because justice reverse. Remember, I was talking about Jupiter, and then justice reverse came up. I do feel that I have to tell you that Jupiter in your sign is a very good omen. It shows the ending, which is this. You're gonna end up fine. It's always gonna be well, don't worry. But right now, in this situation, that's not a good way to go. You don't have to think about relationships. If anything, think about relationships being abundant, which means that you will find someone else. And then that's it, drop it, and start thinking about yourself. This is not a time to be a Libra, this is a time to be an Aries. Even for Libras, which means that can be a little bit hard. But the good thing is that you're gonna be an Aries, but you're gonna be one of the most polite Aries there's gonna be, because you have that talent, you know, you're very diplomatic. The reason why you have to be an Aries is because you have to leave. You have to go beyond, far above and beyond what you have gone right now. You have to expand. How funny is that? You have Jupiter in your first house. Now, what you have to understand, and what you will understand right now, is that sometimes you have to be blunt. Sometimes you must be selfish and self-sufficient. That's not to say that you have to be mean with your partner or anything, or any kind of relationship, your friends, any kind of one-on-one, but don't be diminished by them. Don't hold back because of your relationships. It is not fair with you. That's not fair with you. If you want something else, go and chase it. Go for it. Don't sit back and think, well, I can't really do that. It's not within my power. I don't really have the strength. You do, but you gotta realize it first. Well, Mercury is here to help you out. So hopefully, as time goes by, and especially during the last bits of this 15 days, you're gonna be understanding better everything that has happened. You're gonna be able to integrate that. This is a month of introspection because Venus is in retrograde, which means that you are taking the time to see. I don't believe see. I feel to. You're taking the time to feel yourself, your inner self. See what's up. See where do you want to go. So this is not a time to make decisions. This is a time about understanding, and specifically understanding who you are in a relationship. Sometimes you have to be blunt. Sometimes you have to be selfish. After saying this, the second thing I can tell you, and these are going to be the last cards for me to read you, then I'm going to draw you 3 cards as the last message. You have the North Node in your 12th house, which means that the best thing you can do right now is thinking about your past. Not thinking, but healing your past. The reason why you have to heal your past is so you can move forward in your life without anything holding you back. You have to be in complete control and domination of your past experiences, not really trying to control them in the strict sense, but rather understanding them. Because once you understand them, you will be able to heal them, and once that's healed, then there's nothing holding you back, which is the 12th house. Now, when you have focus on that, you have Mars in your 8th house, which means that right now you have all the energy, all the motivation to go after your inner transformation, your deep transformation. That's the 8th house, the house of death. So basically you do have the energy to go through that process. And I would say, please do take this into account, listen to this well. Acting towards your reality transformation is going to help your healing and your cycle end. Once again, if you act towards your transformation, your personal transformation, that's gonna make it easier for you to heal. So again, chase yourself. Stop trying to chase other people, and instead chase yourself for a while until you can understand and heal. It's not gonna be long. Next month, by the end of next month, it's gonna be a little bit easier for us to go about life, but for now, try to understand. Wait for the answers to come to you. Mercury, I think Mercury is bringing you lots of understanding about yourself. So, and to everyone. All right, this is gonna be one of the last messages. You have the passion and the chances to take action to improve your own life, so please do it. It is your responsibility. Your participation is required. You have to take chances. You have to become passionate about life. You have to become passionate about any kind of chances that show up. And if you don't do it, well, every time you take action, you are healing yourself. You are overcoming your own shortcomings. Because the moon means it's talking about your shadow side, and it is reversed, which means that every time you take action, every time you go forward in your own life, you are defeating, or you are integrating, or you are overcoming, or you're transcending, or whatever you want to say, your past flaws, the fears you had about life. They're gonna be shed away every time you take action. And if you don't take action, well, right, I mean, the first thing that's gonna change in your life once you take action is this, the lack of abundance. Now, I don't feel you have a lack of abundance when it comes to money or security. I think you should be quite safe in that sense, I feel. But I think your major threat is not really money, it's not really abundance in the earthly sense, but rather joy. I don't think you find life to be so joyful this time. It doesn't really have a lot of things that make you happy, certainly, but that's gonna change once you take action. Don't lose sight of what's important to you. Don't lose sight of who you are. Realize that this earth is made for your own free will. So even though you may be asking the universe or something to bring something to you, remember that asking is fine, giving thanks is fine. It programs your mind to be ready to receive whatever you are asking for. But just remember that Jupiter doesn't leave everything in your hands and that's it. It doesn't gift you things. Jupiter leaves opportunities laying around for you to take them. That's Jupiter. It requires your action, and until you act, nothing's gonna change. It's still gonna be a good day, don't worry. It's still gonna be a good ending. But remember that right now your North Node is healing yourself, and healing yourself means facing your inner fears with courage so that these are defeated, and what's left in the end is you going forward, trying to conquer anything that can be conquered because you have fun doing so. And it's life. It is passionate, it is the process of life, it is you. It's all up to you. So let me draw your last 3 cards, Libra, and say my farewells. What can I say in the meantime? What I can say is that even though we Libras really like relationships, even though we are good in relationships, we have to understand that relationships are made 50-50. 50% the other person, 50% ourselves. Which means that if there are any shadows here, doesn't matter what relationship you have, you will face them anyway. So that's why you're healing now. So you don't never have to face this again in the future. And not because of that, not just because of that, not because you have to face, not because you will never have to face this, but because of the person you will become. You will be braver. You will be healthier. You will be joyfuler. You will experience more joy. You will be more passionate about life, but that's only gonna happen if you take the right and necessary actions towards building your own happiness. Not expecting someone else to do it for you, because that never works. No one will be able to give you the love you're looking for. Only yourself. And you have to understand that. You really need to understand that. Anyway, so the first card is 2 of Swords. There's no clear, direct way. There's no right answer. Every possibility you have right now is just as good or just as bad. So instead of thinking things so much, just go for it. Go for it. You know, just take the chance. Take the risk. You may not know what's the best strategy, and taking into account that Libra is an air sign, you really like to think things through. Oh, there you go. Indecision. This is your worst flaw. Should I do it? Should I not do it? I think I should do it because that would make me happy, but if I do it, then the other person may not see it that way, and it may be offended. And I don't really want to offend people. So I shouldn't do it. But if I don't do it, I will never be happy. So what should I do? Just go for it. Just do it. Be like Nike. Watch Nike ads or something like that. Just do it. You know, why don't you watch Shia LaBeouf and listen to his motivational speech? Because it's just like that. Just do it. Don't think. There's nothing you can think. There's no other thoughts. Mind has been exhausted. Mind can't give you any better answers that you can give yourself in the present moment by being spontaneous, by just doing it and see what happens. This guy moves forward. He charges into the unknown because he knows that as long as he is acting with passion, nothing bad can happen. He's trusting himself, and you have to trust yourself. Stop thinking. Go about your routine. Your routine is very important. Don't forget about your routine. Enjoy your routine. Keep up with the work you are doing right now, because that work is going to build your dreams in the future. So it's very important for you to be centered. Even if you have problems in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, when it comes to Earth, you are in control. So don't let that go. Don't be so careless about your daily routine. It's a good thing, and you're doing it. But I'm here to remind you, and this is also your card, kind of, because you have what's the name of scales? You have scales here, which means that you are doing in your routine things that seem fair to you, both to others and to yourself, and that's a very good thing because it's gonna give you a healthy day-to-day process. Thinking isn't gonna help. Thinking more isn't gonna help. Thinking more is gonna make your heart explode. Thinking more is gonna make yourself bleed to death, and not death in the real sense, but the worst kind of death, which is death while being alive. Because you are alive, your heart's beating, but you are dead because you are not doing anything with it but suffer. You see now why it is important for you to stop thinking? The only reason why you have to stop thinking is so you can heal yourself through actions, which is gonna put you in check against your own mind, your own subconscious mind, your own fears. I shouldn't do this, but I will do it anyway. Because every time I do it, I face the unknown and I come out victorious. Not because of the victory, the tangible victory, but because every time I act, I stop thinking a bit more. And every time I stop thinking too much, I can be happier. Or at least I can heal myself. I don't think it can be any more clearer than this. Stop trying to defend things that are not gonna work. You know what things those are. Just give up. Let them go. Let them go quietly into the night. I know it sucks. I've been trying to keep many things alive right now. As far as this goes, I'll have to let them go. But, you know, again, the healing process is not going to be pleasant. It's not going to be comfortable. But it will be necessary and it will be for the best. So you have to trust that, because you have to grow up. There are so many things about life that you don't know. You have no idea. There are so many things that you can learn about life only if you were willing to listen. Listen with your actions, not with your mind. Like, do the amount of questions, do the investigation that will make you feel comfortable enough because you understand the theory, but then face reality. Go for it. Don't be so confused. Don't hesitate. Just try it. See what happens. I hope this reading has resonated with you, Libra, and I hope it helps you out in making good choices in the future. Yeah, remember that English is not my first language, so if you have problems understanding me, trust that it will get better with time. For now, I wish you the best. I thank you for taking the time to listen to my advice, for subscribing to my channel, for giving me a like in my video. I really do appreciate those things. And I appreciate you joining my Facebook page, because then you can learn about many kind of news I will be uploading. Yeah. I wish you the very best, guys. Take care. Oh yeah, if you want any kind of private session, you can talk to me directly with my contact information, which is right down in the description box below, in case you want to talk about that. So yeah, take care, Libra. Peace.